Hello people that in the house doing. Today this title of the video is going to be different. It'll probably be misleading to some people. It's going to be called Adult Education in Primary School, I suppose you could call it. And I'm sure people have heard this mad stupid thing. I don't know who brought it forward in the doll. But obviously there's a Sex Education Act coming into it's already in. I think it's been passed. I'm not too sure. I've been sick the last while I was under the weather a lot. So I'm a bit, up in the air. But I know that two TDs ejected, two TDs ejected out of the whole dollar and objected to the Sex Education Act. So basically, and I might as well just say it straight. I'm going to just say it straight. So they want to teach 3 or 5 years to, Adam, whatever word, what's the political correct word to use? Masturbate is what you could say. And that's an absolute joke, to be honest. That's a joke. 5 or 4-year-olds, that's a joke. Like, I know people say it's better learning than school, than learning out in the street. I understand that. I see where people are coming from that. Because in my adult education, I suppose you could say, I learned it myself, I suppose you could say, and I learned, bits and bobs myself, I suppose you could say, but that wasn't the right way, I suppose, but I don't think it should be anything nearly in national school. Said about it, adult education. I don't think it should ever be in the national school system. Obviously, you learn a bit in 6th class. Yeah, that's okay if you learn a small bit, not too much, but a small bit. I know other people are saying, they have to learn, they have to understand. The world is changing every day, and they have to understand, this, that, and I see that that's a not too bad of a point to raise, but you have to think about. You want to try and protect your children. You want to keep their innocence as long as humanly possible, I suppose you could say. To me, it should be a tiny bit in 6th class, but obviously not that serious, kind of hardcore porn and everything like that. Like, it's an absolute joke what they try to teach children in primary school. It's an absolute joke, and I wouldn't mind. Like, I wasn't even taught bloody maths in school, in national school. They absolutely just kicked me one side and were like, he's useless. And it's, to think about me trying to learn that back in national school would have been stupid to even do, because I couldn't even learn maths. I couldn't even do English, let alone maths, and English, and then learning out of the education over it. Like, let kids be kids. Let kids enjoy themselves. Like, obviously I understand it's better to hear it from your parents and obviously a teacher than hearing it from some person in the back alley behind tech school. Excuse me. And I understand that too. I understand completely. Like, I'm not saying to anybody it's wrong, to teach a child before you go into 6th class, but, I think it's up to the parents, because, if you disagree with this education thing that's coming in the national schools, you have to really take your child out, because it's in the curriculum. It's basically compulsory, which I think is a joke too. But as I said, the thing about me is, I understand that times are changing very quickly, and people need to understand a lot more things quicker and everything like that, and obviously the internet's a big thing too. You learn, like, children have seen so much pornography, like the amount of pornography sites and on any part of the internet alone is frightening. And you have to just think, like, I'm questioning myself, to be honest, in my judgment on this. But honestly, anything above, let's just say, about anything that's, I think from 9-year-old to 10-year-old, you learn a small bit. You don't learn how to produce, a baby or anything like that. Things like that. I think that should be for first year in secondary school. But, this is hardcore porn they're talking about in some parts of it, which is, you're just like, excuse me, but what? And, you're just like, excuse me. But I understand, but I'm kind of mixed. I kind of don't want children to hear it from the back alley. Like, I heard it from the back, not the back alleys, but the foot alleys, I suppose you could say. That's where I heard it from, and I kind of learned myself too from books and different things. Yeah, very logical. But that it did come out well, all right in the end, I suppose you could say. But obviously, children grow up too quick nowadays, and they learn too quick about this. And I know people probably saying, just say the words that you want to say, but I just don't want to use impolitically correct words as words for describing things. Now, obviously, I know, but what I mean by in 6th class, I want to just clarify, body parts, like, obviously, I nearly said something that was very inappropriate there, but luckily I stopped myself. like your vagina, your penis, obviously, and then, parts of your body, other things, like, I'm not even going to mention other things. But yeah, I was going to say something really inappropriate. I was now, luckily I stopped myself. That's why I take before I say something. But obviously I think that should be in 6th class. Learn that small bits. But I'm sure they would have knew it already. I'm sure 5 people, parents would have taught it, because, you would have been taught about that. But what they're planning to do is, just like, good God, you think they were going for you think they were going for bloody. I say they probably were bringing tests too for it. I say they probably be testing young people now on how much did you learn in this education, and how do you do this and how do you do that. And they're asking 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds for that, and you just like, get it in the bin, government, get it in the bin, like, literally get in the bin. Like, there's a huge amount of things, like, I know myself, like, there is problems. I'm sure I raised it with a minister, got actually a TD in the door. I actually raised it with them. Obviously she says I'm completely right, she understands where I'm coming from, she understands my concerns. Especially for the special needs, like, people with special needs, like, they wouldn't have a clue, and I might as well just say it straight. They wouldn't have a clue, especially if they're younger. They wouldn't have a clue what the hell you're talking about. And it was like, could they not bring forward a legislation to say, people with autism, people with dyslexia could not learn it until later life or something like that, or the parents have to teach. At least with your parents, you feel comfortable. It's a bit awkward, but you feel comfortable. Not like in front of a class and you learn about it. Obviously there's going to be a few giggles and everything like that, and obviously I'm thinking about some things I remember I used to say, but back in the day. But main thing is, should be in secondary school, things for the adult education. Should be in secondary school. Obviously small bits should be learned in 6th class. I think that's okay, but people probably be arguing with me saying, it should be learned. It should be learned. I understand where they come from, because the world is changing every so often. Things are, like, you look up. Like the other day I looked up YouTube. It was on the main page on YouTube. I seen that the other day. I just want to say, and you just see it was some YouTuber from America. This well-known Trisha Paytas or something like that, and obviously she had a bloody dildo. I don't mean to be politically incorrect here, but I'm just saying it as it is, that it was a dildo on the thumbnail of it. And, that sets it all. And that wasn't the recommended. And I didn't even look it up. I never even looked up any. Then the rest of it was all just politics. And that was the only thing that was out. Like, good God. And obviously I didn't fucking care less for it. No, my apologies for my language, but I was more interested, because that was the time Brexit vote was going on in the Parliament in Westminster. I was more interested in that. There wasn't bloody what she was doing with it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I know people probably be arguing with me. I just want to say, just respect my opinion. I respect people's opinion. I heard many people saying it to me. Times are changing. We have to educate our children quicker and everything like that. I understand that. I completely respect that opinion. But some children might want to just, it is awkward. It is awkward. I'm not going to say it's not awkward. But anyway, that's a story for a different day. It's just, yeah, just